All For One fans be like,
"Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm. Wait. Everybody calm down."
This gives me so much hope that All For One could be relevant again. He's one of my favorite villains, and I really want him to have some more screen time. Even if it's not him and it's just the quirk One For All acting up, still gives me hope. Please, Horikoshi, Prison Break arc coming soon. Please. What's up? It's Truth Hero, and welcome to this My Hero Academia chapter review. Now, I've been sick for quite some time, hence the no uploads and this lovely voice, but I think I've just been cured. Thanks, Horikoshi. So without further ado, let's dive into this review of Boku no Hero Academia chapter 210 of the manga. Now, this chapter has a lot to talk about, so we're going to break it down into a few parts in this review. The first thing we'll discuss is Deku, but not the All For One or the One For All quirk issue yet. Deku and his team first. And Deku and his team seriously messed up. Ya done goofed, Midoriya. Ya done goofed. As a character who was marketed as the analytical one, always learning and observing from others, even to the point of annoying others with his braininess, I'm not sure where Deku's head was at in this one. Now, I certainly understand Deku's plan here. He wants to make himself the bait so that Class 1B will attack him, thus revealing their locations, and then Deku's teammates on Class 1A can swoop in and capture them and win this match. But unfortunately, there are two major things that Deku and his team simply overlooked. Number one, while Monoma and Shinso certainly agree that Deku is the strongest, they didn't immediately jump at the chance to nullify him. That is to say, they still viewed every member of Class 1A as a threat, and therefore didn't fall for Deku's trap and plan. Number two, our boy Deku simply just underestimated how good and coordinated Class 1B really is, and overestimated Class 1A. Now, this isn't to say that him and his class can't turn it around in the next chapter, but they are under siege from some seriously powerful quirks. Speaking of powerful quirks, we just got 3 brand new ones. Let's talk about them. The first quirk we have is Reiko Yanagi's Poltergeist. Now, just as we thought, it is moving objects with your mind. This is great because I've always wanted a character in My Hero Academia that had telekinetic powers, or I guess in this case it might be spirit powers, but it's the same thing. I love the idea that someone can move things just with their mind. Also, her limitation's really good because she can only move something that's about a human weight or below, which means she's not totally OP. If she could just pick up cars and throw them with her mind, that's too devastating of a character. So, no complaints here, great quirk. Next, we have Nirengeki Shota's Twin Impact. This allows its user to trigger a second impact wherever there was first damage from an impact. So for example, a punch can be repeated, or in this case, objects crashing into the students of Class 1A. Pretty devastating. But the interesting thing about this quirk is it has random timing, which means I'm not sure how accurate or precise it can be. I guess the good thing about it is when it does eventually hit the students or any target and redo the impact, it does it with more force and damage. So, pretty cool quirk. I could have never guessed that this is what Twin Impact would be, but I like the concept. It's certainly creative in my opinion. Lastly, we have Yue Kodai and her quirk, Size. Now, this is where I have a problem. It's not a huge issue, and I do like her quirk, but there are a few things I need to address. And to be honest, I might make a separate video on this because it's just that fascinating to me. The official My Hero Academia wiki page listing Yue Kodai's quirk was actually updated since the release of this chapter and now has the same quirk description that's in this manga chapter. However, before this, it actually stated that she could make herself bigger or smaller, which is obviously in contradiction to this most recent manga chapter, because as we know, her quirk only works on inanimate objects and not living things. Why this change? Well, I can only theorize that Horikoshi liked a quirk he used in the past and wanted to install it as a permanent fixture going forward in My Hero Academia. That's right, Yue Kodai is not the first person with this quirk. Now, she would have been if it was to increase or decrease her size, but not so anymore with this quirk that only deals with objects. During the license exam, there was a group of ninjas that Shota Todoroki had to battle to earn his license, and one of these ninjas had the ability to increase the size of objects exactly like Yue Kodai. She even uses nuts and bolts among other objects just like the ninja. Must just be a favorite of Horikoshi's. Now let's switch gears and talk about Monoma. Monoma serves as a almost narration for what Deku is thinking and considering when engaging with him in this battle. But he does so in the perfect Monoma style narration. He gets very provocative and very personal with Deku. Now, Monoma has created a very interesting dialogue for Deku here, and I think it's great that we get to not only see the classic gets on everyone's nerves Monoma that we all love to see, or hate to see, but also a very tactical Monoma. He's clearly thought about and considered the way he's using his words here to get Deku to have a reaction or talk, thus screwing him up. And as we know as an audience, the scream from Uraraka, it was fake. It was Shinso doing it. But if you're Deku in this situation and you don't know this, what are your options? He's clearly in a pickle here. If he decides to help his classmates or even turn in the direction of his classmates, he will have given their location away to Monoma and Classroom B, thus screwing them over. However, if he considers that Uraraka's scream is true and doesn't help his classmates, then his classmates will have failed, and Classroom B will have captured them, and Deku would have sat by doing nothing when his teammates were relying on him to bail them out. So, kudos to Deku for not falling for Monoma's tricks. That must have took a lot of reserve, especially when Monoma got so personal with Bakugo and All Might. Now, the way Monoma is talking here, and going to such great lengths to get a reaction or a slip-up where Deku talks to him and responds, confirms in my mind that Monoma has in fact copied Shinso's quirk, and this is one of 3 quirks that Monoma has copied. Now I say 3 quirks because in this manga chapter we see Monoma holding 3 pocket watches, which he then later attaches to his belt. We know that one is from Shinso, since he goes to great lengths to get Deku to speak. The other is from Yanagi, because in the end we see Monoma actually manipulating small objects, and the third one is either Twin Impact or Size. Take your pick. Either way, I'm excited to see more from Monoma, especially when he engages in battles with Deku. Ah, the moment we've all been waiting for. Deku to smack that grin off of Monoma's face. What? Nope, just kidding. All for One, or Dreams, or One for All quirk, or Vestiges to the rescue. I love how the scene with the effects of One for All on Deku are being set up. There's 3 people that notice this. All Might, since he would notice this. Aizawa, since he's a very observant teacher of the students. And Bakugo. This is great because if anyone should notice this, it's Bakugo. He knows the secrets of One for All, and he might have to jump in there if shit hits the fan because he can't let that get out. In terms of the man shrouded in black fog who says, "It's not that time, not yet," if I had to guess, this would be All for One's brother, since he has a connection to all the users of One for All. But let me know in the comments below, who do you guys think it is? Shimura Nana noted that she couldn't clearly see this man. However, when Deku had his dream, he clearly saw All for One and All for One's brother. This might mean that this person shrouded in black fog is actually a vestige or previous user of the quirk One for All. Now, if this is the case, then here's my prediction. 1. If this person is not All for One's brother, it could be a vestige and someone that Deku is now in more connection with. For example, Deku has seen Shimura Nana, but he hasn't spoken to any previous users above her, for example her master or her master's master. This might mean that he's slowly becoming more connected to the past users, and that for the time being, maybe they don't like how Deku's using his quirk and seek to show him guidance in this manner. Number 2, and this is what I hope to be true, All for One is directly interfering with Deku's dreams and his quirk, given his connection to the first user of One for All. Now, the man shrouded in black fog isn't necessarily menacing and could still be All for One's brother, but if not, this means All for One is back. Hashtag All for One relevant again. He's forever relevant. All for One it's confirmed. He's breaking out of prison. You saw it here first. Okay, it's not confirmed, like it's not actually, but you know. Fingers crossed. Prison Break arc next. As always, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments below, who do you guys truly think this mystery man is, and what will happen while Deku's quirk is being interfered with? Thank you also for watching this, even though I sound horrible and I'm sick. I'm trying to get over it. I know it's not my fault, but for the time being, uploads might be slow, and I'll be busy during the holiday season, so December might be pretty slow. Thank you for sticking with me. If you like these My Hero Academia manga reviews or My Hero Academia content, consider enrolling at UA today by clicking the subscribe button down below. And until next time, I'll try to heal up, but you all, plus ultra.